Research involves assessing and interpreting both quantitative and qualitative data together, as this will better inform us so we can decide what to do. Qualitative data refers to attitudes, concerns, and behaviours. Qualitative data can be observed and recorded. This data type is non-numerical in nature. Here are the qualitative data collection methods. One-to-one interviews. It is one of the most commonly used data collection instruments for qualitative research, mainly because of its personal approach. The interviewer or the researcher collects data directly from the interviewee on a one-to-one basis. The interview may be informal and unstructured or conversational. Mostly, the open-ended questions are asked spontaneously, with the interviewer letting the flow of the interview dictate the questions to be asked. Focus groups. This is done in a group discussion setting. The group is limited to 6 to 10 people, and a moderator is assigned to moderate the ongoing discussion. Depending on the data which is sorted, the members of a group may have something in common. For example, a researcher conducting a study on track runners will choose athletes who are track runners or were track runners and have sufficient knowledge of the subject matter. Record keeping. This method makes use of the already existing reliable documents and similar sources of information as the data source. This data can be used in the new research. It's similar to going to a library. There, one can go over books and other reference material to collect relevant data that can be used in the research. Process of observation. In this qualitative data collection method, the researcher immerses themselves in the setting where the respondents are and keeps a keen eye on the participants and takes down notes. This is known as the process of observation. Besides taking notes, other documentation methods such as video and audio recording, photography, and other similar methods may be used. Longitudinal studies. This data collection method is performed on the same data source repeatedly over an extended period. It is an observational research method that goes on for a few years and in some cases can even go on for decades. This data collection method aims to find correlations through an empirical study of subjects with common traits. Case studies. In this method, data is gathered by an in-depth analysis of case studies. The versatility of this method is demonstrated in how this method can be used to analyse both simple and complex subjects. The strength of this method is how judiciously it uses a combination of one or more qualitative data collection methods to draw inferences. Qualitative data in statistics is also known as categorical data, data that can be arranged categorically based on the attributes and properties of a thing or a phenomenon. It's pretty easy to understand the difference between qualitative and quantitative data. Qualitative data does not include numbers in its definition of traits, whereas quantitative data is all about numbers. Qualitative data would be documenting the fact that the cake is orange and brown in colour, whilst quantitative data would be recording that there's 7 cakes.